Welcome, gentlemen, from around the world. Steve Maeda, and this is our Daily Awesome number 9. And we are going to talk about getting sexual. This was a question that was brought up on our call, our MD Excellence call. You can find out more about that in the liner notes or go to thesexuallife.com/members. And we were getting asked about logistics. In fact, we were talking about sex and how easy it is to get. And a lot of the members were talking about their stories about it. And some of the newer members were talking about how do we do that? So here we are breaking it down for you, clean, neat, cut and dry, to the point. Listen to it. Man, it's not the same old pickup, whatever fanboy bullshit. It is the reality and the mechanics of how sex works. Now, also, if you want tools on that, if you go to thesexuallife.com/awesome9, that's the word awesome9. You can not only find out about our membership, but you can download our PDF that will help you out with sexual escalation, man. Definitely get it. It's super cool. It basically, you put in your email address, gets emailed to you. And guys, let me just tell you, we have such an amazing thing going on here. If you want to be a part of community, join our free group. Austin Men's Development is free on Facebook, but that comes with some of the issues of a free group. It's still great, but if you have $5, you can join our starter group and see how much, man, just you can grow. You can be a part of our group. You can be a part of, we have a once a month call with you guys. And then if you want to be a part of our excellence group, that costs a little over $50 a month. That's amazing. 2 calls a week, a lot of attention. Our call last night went on for 5 hours. Be a part of it and join us on this road to excellence. Let's do it. Let's get into this podcast. Let's learn about sex. We are on the Men's Development Excellence Call Wednesday night, people, and we have a question that's super cool, or actually something that got brought up, and I'm going to make this quick because, man, I make things too long, but it was about logistics. And see, this is the thing, guys. If you're at a point where you want to get laid, that is easy. We can handle that, and it's more of a mental game than anything. You got to learn to go for it, because once you start going for it and you get in action with it, it's easy. It is easy. You can't get every woman that you talk to. You can't get every woman that you want. But guess what? You get pretty freaking satisfied when one girl just goes, "Oh my God, your dick is the greatest dick in the world." Or, "Oh my God, man, this is like beautiful." Or like, "I love lying in bed with her," whatever shit it is, man. All you need is just a few good women. And that is easy to get. And actually, as it was brought up, one of the stats I gave is if you can really get in rapport and connection with somebody, about 7 out of 10, you should be able to get to something sexual. All right. If you're competent, and that will happen. And that's what they were talking about. So it is a pretty good number. Just got to get there. So we were talking about logistics, and this is important because I remember when I got it. Because you think in order to get sexual, you need all this stuff. You need to show things. You need to make this big decision happen. You need to pull this elaborate plan. But the thing is you just need to say it. You just need to say something, bring it up, and move it along. And that is it. So this guy was talking. He's like, "Man, I met this girl and it's getting too easy." And I was like, "Look, dude." And then we started rapping about it. It wasn't really a question. We just started talking about it. I was like, "Man, it's as easy as this. End up in the same car. 1. Number 2, get to her place or your place. Number 3, get in a bedroom." In fact, you could just make it get to her place or your place. That is easy. Now, how do you end up in the same car? Man, any way possible. And this doesn't mean it's this big elaborate, mission or trick, but it's like, "Man, let's go to 7-Eleven. I want to go get something. You're coming with me." Or, "Let's go to 7-Eleven. Can you drive? Let's go do it." All right. And she says, "Can my friends come?" And it's probably best if they don't. But if they do, I don't care either, because I'm now in her car. We're having a relationship. Something's happening. Now, if she's I'd have to get rid of those friends. There's a lot of stuff that can happen in between that end up in the same car, end up at her place or your place. But man, we have to hit those points. So let's say her friends come along. I say, "Man, I need a ride home. Is this your car? Did you drive or whatever? Let's go back and get my car, or let's go get a ride from somebody else. But I want to ask you something." And so I need to then separate her from her friends. And so I could do something like, "Man, I want to ask you something. Let's take a minute. Let's go back to where we met, wherever that is. And I want to take you somewhere and see what happens." All right. "What? Where are you going to take me to?" "You can be back in 5 minutes. It's totally good. Your cell phone's fully charged. Your friends can pick you up or whatever if something goes wrong. But we're just going to go do this one thing. So I want to get isolated." So then one of the things that I'd always do is I would say, man, I was talking to you about whatever, because usually I get in some pretty heavy rapport. I was talking about you with whatever, and I just wanted to like see what you thought about this spot. This is one of my favorite spots in Austin. We go somewhere, man. We go to the Cathedral of Junk. We go to Mount Bonnell. We go to Mozart's, whatever. I just go, man, I just wanted to see if you would like it. And I get them isolated. All right. And now I have them isolated. In fact, we don't even need to go there. I could say, you know what? I was going to take you to Mount Bonnell, but it's kind of fucked up, but like it's too dark and you won't be able to see what I want, but I want to ask you something anyway. Let's go to my place. It's like totally cool. You just have to bring it up. You just have to insert the idea of what to do. That is it. You don't need to sell it. You don't need to do all that old school pickup stuff of going like, oh man, I have an octopus, or did you see the Hollywood sign or whatever. It doesn't have to be this big grandiose thing. It just needs to be special to you and you need to lead it, right? So what happens when you say, let's go to my place or your place? Guess what happens? She says, no, I'm not that kind of girl, or maybe not. I'm not sure, but there's usually a tinge of resistance. Well, all you have to do is say something along the lines of like, look, we don't need to do anything, or I don't know what you're thinking, but we're just going to go there and hang out. It's going to be totally cool, right? So that's all you need. Let's go. That's all you need. That is it. That is it. Sometimes they get kind of dramatic. They're like, well, I don't know. I don't do things like that. Man, why are you getting so dramatic? It's not a big of a deal. We're just going to go to my place. Come on, you're coming. That's how you have to be. The guys that don't get laid, that always bitch to me about, she wouldn't come into my place. That's because you did not. It's because you made it a big deal. That's because you listened to her. That's because you got in an argument that wasn't even her expression. That was just her fear talking that you entertained. Again, this isn't about tricking anybody. But if I'm in the car with somebody and I get to my place, she's like, well, you're at your place. And she's like, I don't really want to come in. I'm like, really? What? I mean, really? You got to think that of me? All right, whatever. I'm going inside. You should come in because I like you and I want to talk to you and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So let's do it. It's so easy. You just bring it up. All right. But if you get into this, like she's like, oh, well, I don't want to, do anything that I'm going to, it's like, oh man, it's okay. Like you can have those feelings. I'm not going to do that. And then you buy into that vibe. You fucked it up. You're gone, man. You're gone. And guess what? Guess what she walks away with? See, here's the fucking asshole thing that you do when you do that. Now she walks away, she drives home and she goes, I wish that guy had the fucking skill, the charisma to not make me have to ask for sex, to not make me have to force the position with sex. I wish he would show me that I, as a woman, was good enough to inspire him to have the right fucking skill set. And the right skill set is really fucking easy. It's like, let's go into my place. Oh, no, I don't know, because like, man, just relax. Just come on. You're going to take off your seatbelt. We're going to go. It's not a big deal. We're going to, I have a kitchen and these things called glasses. They're made of glass and you put water in them and we can go hang out. It's totally cool. Then if you like it, come on, just go. Come on. That's how easy it is. Then guess what happens? As soon as the door shuts, and we talked about this a lot, we want to stimulate choice with a woman. We don't want to stimulate force, right? So I'm not saying get in there, shut the fuck up. I'm saying, come on. There's a side of you that wants to, there's a side of you that doesn't want to. Look, the biggest fears of the side of you that doesn't want to aren't going to fucking happen. So let's go. All right. So I want her to choose. I want her to make a choice. So she walks in there, the door shuts. She has made a choice. At that point, then the game changes. Now I start thinking, how do I get sexual? And I bring this up all the time because people think it's this fucking crazy manipulation. But the reality of it is that I don't know her and she doesn't know me until we have sex. We are bullshitting each other. Seriously. Like, yeah, you can be an asshole and get laid. You can be an asshole and sexually escalate, but I never think of it that way. When we talk about stuff like money is the root of all evil or sexual promiscuity is the root of all evil. Dude, if you're a fucked up person and you get a bunch of pussy, you will be more of a fucked up person through pussy. If you're a fucked up person and insecure or whatever it is, and you get a bunch of money and fame, you will fuck that up. But it's not the fucking pussy. It's not the behavior. It's not the thing. It's you. So that's very easy to fix. All right. And if you don't have any experience, go get some experience. So the thing is that I literally think, I'm like, man, this girl, every conversation I'm having with her before we have sex, before we get in the most raw, honest thing, we are naked with each other. charged by the drives that bypass our personality, bypass what makes us lie. We are into the truth of ourselves, sex. If we actually think we can have a conversation and assess one another before that, you're fucking wrong, man. You know, you can live your life in whatever way, but just know that you're taking time with sex and you're not speaking with sex. All right, because of your, cultural beliefs, or you're afraid of something. But so many people speak with fear, right? It's God, it's terrible. It's terrible. So I want to have sex with her. I want to have sex with her, not so I could check something off, not so I could brag, not so that I could be better, not so that I could be dominant, not so, I could brag to the dudes online. And all those things could happen. But the real reason, the foundation for it all, is so that I can get to know her, because I want that, man. As soon as I met her, I was imagining what her face was like when she was orgasming, and I wanted to see that, because that would be her. That would be her truth, and she would see my truth. And once we get that out of the way, all those other little things about what we like and what we do are a lot more fucking relaxed, man. And everybody's just chilling with it. So I want that, man. So what do? How do I get the kiss? Watch Formula 69. How do I get the kiss? Because if I can get a kiss, I can get a close. If I can get a kiss in a place where I can continue to escalation, it's super easy. And it's out of choice. It's not even pushing and force. Man, God, man. A lot of stories I have about pickup guys, but there's a guy who has an escalation manual. A lot of guys have escalation manuals, but it's all force. It's like overwhelm her sexually so she wants my dick. No, man. It's so much easier than that. Guess what I do? We're inside. I go, yeah, well, we could watch movies or whatever, because you have a choice. She should have a choice. She's there. She can leave anytime. Please, by all means. I want you to want to be here. I don't want anything overbearing and scaring you or whatever shit like that. So here's the thing. We're like, well, we got Netflix or whatever. Well, I don't know. And it's like, man. So I got to get that kiss, right? So I go, man, why are you look, I like you. It's very simple. This is exactly what I will say. Unless it's Maria, who was just like, let's fuck. It was pissed off that I didn't just say, let's fuck. Who says that on a date? Who says that when you're on the date? We're at an art show. And she's like, why don't you just say, let's fuck? Because nobody that doesn't work. All right. So, it's very easy. This is exactly what I say. I say, look, I like you. You're a cool person. I think you like me. And wouldn't it be cool if we just had a cool moment? Come here. Get over here. And this was actually what I was telling the dude on the workshop. I won't say his name because we're recording, but I said, man, just tell her when she gets out of the bathroom, because he met her. He got all sexual with her. She comes out of the bathroom. And I'm like, man, in that bathroom, she's thinking oh my God, I don't want to get too carried away with this guy. Boundaries. How am I going to assert it? And I just said, look, talk about yourself for 1 minute, about your childhood or whatever. Just make yourself real, and then skip and jump to a hard break and say, look, you're really awesome. And all I keep thinking about is kissing you, and I want to kiss you. And why is that wrong? Why are you freaking out about that? Because she will freak out about it, and just say, come on, just try it. Don't you want to feel my lips? I want to feel my lips, and then feel what we're going to feel beyond that. That's going to be so good. And just go ahead, and you had to talk her into it for a little bit. For those of you that are on the TSL board, you saw the video, and then he started making out with her. But that's how I would get a kiss. It's so fucking easy. And as soon as I get a kiss, guess what happens? I know I've broken this down so many times, but just to repeat, guys, it is so easy to get laid and to get a woman to want your dick and to want you to come and to want you to fucking to love all of that shit about you, but you don't know how to bring the woman out because you fucking read too much bullshit pickup stuff. But God, you get the kiss, you're pressing hard, she gets turned on, she moans, and then you go harder and she goes, wait, stop. And then you go, hey, cool, no big deal, I can stop, because you don't need to push. Guess how quick this is going to go? You just go, okay, we can stop. It's totally cool, man. We don't need to do anything. But goddamn, if you could just kiss me how you want to kiss me. I don't want to be around your reaction or fear. Kiss me how you want. Do it. And then guess what happens? This is exactly what I would do. I say, kiss my neck. So she kisses my neck. She goes oh, fuck, man. Jesus Christ. Look at my fucking dick through my pants. Fucking A. That's yours. Do you want fucking look at that. Don't be afraid. Let yourself say you want it. And then guess what? She takes that dick out. She sucks it, jerks it off, gets it in her pussy as quick as possible, and gets the cum out of my balls so that, man, because that's what she's willed to do. That's what she wants to do. That's the beauty of sex. Just like the beauty of sex is me wanting to please her. It's so fucking awesome. Why are we making it a big deal? Like, God damn, it's so badass. Why do we make it so hard? It's like, get there, get to that a couple times, and then speak from that, because that's awesome. But if you get there by force or by this other thing, or and instead of a foundation of like, man, I want to see her face, I want to see her orgasm, I want to see her truth, but your foundation is like, I'm going to brag to these guys online, or your foundation is like, I was shit on by women all my life, so I'm going to get revenge on them, or your foundation is like, man, how can I control women because that is power, then you fuck everything up. Then you've made sex a game about your inability to see reality. And oh man, it's just so sad. That's, God. The whole culture of men not getting laid has produced a culture of teaching men how to get laid when you hate women. That's not good, because when you get laid, that shit stops. It's like, oh man, oh, she's this and she complains and, you know, whatever, and I don't get it. Okay, it's all right. Get there. Get there. It's easy. There's plenty of resources. Will help you. If you're having trouble, it's probably a belief thing or a fear towards sex or some anxiety wrapped around it, but it's very, very simple. You can go to a bar, you can go to a bookstore, you can go to a club, you can go whatever. You can join a yoga, whatever membership thing. You can make it happen. It's very simple. You know, very, very simple. All right. It's not a big deal. Trust in what we're saying and you'll get there. And once again, thank you so much for listening to the TSL podcast and this version of our Daily Awesome. Of course, go to thesexuallife.com, get your PDF download on the guide to escalation. That will help you out big time. And also, man, look into our membership. I want to grow this thing. We have an amazing group. It is like nothing else out there where you can be a part of and join. Man, at the excellence level, a little over $50 a month, you can get on. Man, I mean, this is crazy. You can get on about, 15, 20 hours of calls a week, you know, just because they go and go and go. And we're such a rich group at this point. Man, help us build this badass thing and keep it going. And look, you never have to give up on yourself. You never have to give up on yourself, but you do have to work for it. All right, later.